Okay, so yesterday we started talking about irregular fractions, where you ended up needing two shapes to make the fraction. So this is the lesson 9. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the homework one. Go back one. The lesson 9 problem set, that it's page 33. Okay, so the first one they did for you, this is one of those charts like we've done before. Thank you, Troy. Troy's pointing for us there. So we're going to look at the sample here. So as you see, remember the unit fraction that's right here. Stop moving. The unit fraction that's right here, remember the unit fraction is always just one of the pieces. Okay? So if I took one of these out, it would be 1/2. Now, remember, this is that common mistake we talked about yesterday. Don't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and think there has to be a 6 on the bottom, because remember the denominator on the bottom is always how many is just in one shape.
And then the top is the numerator.
Thank you, Troy. Okay, and then the total number of units shaded, so how many were shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then so if you write that as a fraction, there's 5 shaded out of 2, because again, there's 2 total in one shape. It's kind of messy. It says in one. Okay, so let's try B. Okay, so unit fraction. So if you were going to just, remember, the unit fraction is just how much is in one. So don't even worry about this other one. Just pretend like there's just one here. So look and count how many pieces there are. Troy, can you point to the pieces and count them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so there's 8 pieces, so each one is 1/8. Okay? The total number of shaded ones.
Can I say?
How many are shaded?
Out of every single one of these? Or just this one?
All together, how many are shaded in?
Okay, because I haven't done this in a long time. So, since 8 plus 7 equals 15, and we know that 2 times 8 is 16, and there's one part that is not shaded, it would be 15/8.
No, we just need to know how many are shaded right here.
Oh, 15.
15, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now you got a step ahead. Okay, so then the fraction shaded is there are 15 out of, and remember, the denominator is just how many's in one shape. So it's 15 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 15/8. So if you look, you'll notice it's almost like you took this one and you combined it over here.
You forgot your name.
To get 15/8. I don't think I need to write my name on the top of my paper. Thank you, dear. Okay, so then C. Let's look at C. Again, unit fraction. So that just means if I took one of those pieces out. So if I took, for instance, like this little piece and I just like plucked it out of there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in just one of the shapes. So the unit fraction is 1 out of 6. Okay. Total number that are shaded. Troy, count how many are shaded on the whole picture.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay, so then fill in 14 right here in your book. 14. So then the fraction would just combine those together. So there was 14 shaded, 14, and remember these are still sixths because there's sixth and 1. So there's 14 sixths would be your fraction.
So you basically let them copy off and avail?
This is not copying, this is me teaching them the first time. Okay, let's go down to D. Okay, D, the unit, okay. So again, how many's in 1?
1, 2. As we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 pieces, and so there's 1/5 of each individual part.
Okay. And then total number shaded. How many are shaded on the whole thing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
And make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos of math, even though that might not get no views.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's just move on with the lesson.
Okay.
Okay, 8 shaded in. Okay, so that means the fraction shaded. There are 8. And then again, since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each piece, those are fifths. 8 fifths. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to see if you can use what we just did and then try those last two. Try E and F. Okay, try E and F. Okay? Alright. Now, if you flip it over, it's a little bit different because now you have to divide the shapes into the fractions. So again, they did the first one for you. They said they wanted you to make 5/3, or 5/3, or in other words, 5/3, written like this. Okay, so again, look at the number on the bottom. Look at the denominator. That tells you how many pieces to split just one into. So there's a 3 in the bottom, so each shape has to be in 3, in thirds.
Say a trick?
You may not say a trick. You may wait. Okay, so then let's look at A. It says 8/6, so if I'm going to write that just with digits and not with words, 8/6, like that. Okay, so again, look at your denominator. That means each shape has to be in sixths, 6 pieces. So draw 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was not very even. That one's big, I know.
May I say a trick?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can I say a trick?
Let me finish this one. Okay. Okay, so then notice this. So here are all my sixths. Okay? And I need to shade in 8 of them. Sorry, it got bouncy. Troy's bouncing off of the bed. Okay. So I need to shade in 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let me show you one more real quick. And then, yes, Troy, you can do your trick before we stop. Okay, so B says 7/4. So then it is 7/4. So again, look at the denominator on the bottom. This is how many... Can you stop moving? How many is in one shape? So each piece has to be in... That's not a very nice 4. Let's fix our weird 4. There we go. That means each piece, or each shape, has to be in fourths. Okay? So 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. So that one's in fourths. 1, 2, 3. That one's in fourths. And then look on the numerator on the top, 7. So I need to shade in 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 are shaded in.
Okay, trick.
Okay. So hold on one second. I want you to go down to the bottom then, right here. It says 6/5 for this one. This blank is here because they just want you to write the words like they did up here, 6/5. As long as you can go through and do the shapes, that's the part I'm most worried about. If you can do the words, then by all means, please write the words. And then right here, same thing. This says 5/2. That means right here they just want you to write with words 5/2, just like they did up here. Wrote 7/4 with the words instead of just the digits. And then try the same thing with these two. And then what we're going to do is when we go over this together, we are going to we're going to go over these two that you did on page 33. And then we'll go over these two, what is it, C and D, that you tried on 34. And then we'll actually probably do number 3 together. So we'll circle some of these that we're going to do together, that we'll go over together. Okay, all right, Troy.
So, flip back to that one page, wherever, okay, in this page. The trick is about the things that are extended fractions off of...
They're not called extended fractions, they're called irregular fractions.
Irregular fractions. Sorry, I moved on to,
It's okay, go on. Tell me your trick.
The trick is, these is all 3/3. That's one whole. And then you have this over here. The trick is to think the entire thing is to combine it into 6, and then make this just 5, 6, and then if you try to put out the space in between this and that, you can create that one. You can create fractions that are combined easier.
But those aren't sixths.
Yeah, if you combine the 3 parts.
But those aren't sixths.
No, these are thirds. If you add these together, you'll get 6.
That's right, but they're 2 separate shapes, so they're not sixths. And if you tell them that they're sixths, you're going to confuse
Okay, whatever.
the poor students at Glendenning.
Whatever it is, edit that out. No, seriously.
Okay, I'll edit it out.
Seriously, actually.
Okay.
Do you know how?
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you
Okay.
know how? But you know how?
Okay. Bye, everybody.